So I like getting it eaten from the back, okay? They lick it, I love it. My salad gets thrown in the air, okay? There's nothing like it. And I feel like it's very important for you in your life, but also the eater in their life. When I tell you, getting eaten and going about it the right way has never impacted any relationship negatively on God. The first thing I think I need to touch on before I really start yapping is you should never be in a one-sided licking relationship, okay? You should never be the only one doing the licking. Don't get me wrong, okay? I've been in relationships with women where that's not their thing, and I'm like, look, okay, obviously I would never make you want to do something that you're not comfortable with doing. People shouldn't do things that they're not comfortable with doing, especially in the bedroom. So I tell them that it's fine, and it kind of is. However, if I'm licking and they're not, it's detrimental to the relationship, just like it's detrimental to your relationships too. You just may not even realize it. It's all about equality of action and equality of sensation. Okay, I say the same thing to people who want to get sloppy but don't want to deliver it. Like, legitimately, this whole nother can of worms. But if you truly want to get sloppy but not give it in return, you're committing an act of sexual terrorism. You should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of bedroom athletics. And look, back to the licking thing. I'm aware. I'm aware that not all men eat the back door, so to speak. However, if you're not, there's no excuse for you. You're leaving numbers on the board. I'm saying right now, if you're delivering sloppy and you don't even sweep the back door a little bit, you're losing, and you have no idea that you're losing, bro. And look, I'm not saying you have to power through in adverse conditions, okay? Because man, I don't know if I told the story before, but one time I was eating it, and then like I looked back, and I saw there were remnants there, and I was like, nah, I can't do it this time. And it kind of turned me off too, because I'm like, bro, how are you a woman and can't wipe? You know what I mean? Like, it's like men have the reputation for that. Also, it's like, here's the thing. And look, I know not all men like shave back there, so I'm just gonna tell you, do you know how easy it is to wipe when it's shaven back there? Like, not hard at all. So it's like, if you got remnants on a shaven back door, I can't. You lose a bit of respect, okay? And I hope that doesn't come off as problematic, but I just, the respect level has to drop a little bit. But if you're not facing those kinds of obstacles, I don't see the excuse. I simply don't. It's like you're already there. And here's the thing. I know some people will be doing stuff with the lights off. Hell, bro, never do anything with anybody for the first time with the lights off. Are you insane? Like, imagine, bro. Okay, because I told y'all about the other day where I opened that young lady up and I saw that there was some sort of mildew, some sort of debris inside of her. Dude, if it was dark, I wouldn't have seen anything. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I mentioned that video. When I tell you that moment had me scarred, it like after that, like I used to like open up every time and like really check. Because I was like, bro, I cannot like, I don't want to accidentally be involved in whatever that is. Here's what I need you to understand, okay? Not only in that case with the debris, with the rubbish that was in there, but again, also the case where there was the debris on the behind. Imagine my eyes were closed, okay? And I just went for it. I would have got way more than I bargained for. It could be truly, because I remember one time this gay dude, he told me that like he hooked up with this dude and like it was off I think it was off probably like Grinder or something. But basically, dude came over. Bro had smegma on his stuff, bro. Like smegma. Oh, the thing about smegma, bro, is that's one of those things where it's like you've heard the term for years, like use like because for me, like in middle school, like smegma was like a joke. Like people were like, oh, smegma, but like imagine actually seeing some, bro. Also, there's all sorts of things. Like, what if they have some sort of, and how do I? And I don't know why. I know I've been talking about nasty stuff this entire time, but this word's so much more nasty to me. Warts. Like, imagine they got warts on their stuff, bro. Yeah, do it in the light at the very least the first time. If you're doing it in the dark, you are tripping. Okay. And also, in general, even outside of that, why would you want to sleep with someone in the dark? Like, you don't want to see what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to. I don't know. Me personally, I like seeing like the tangible events, like the movie. You know what I'm saying, bro? Anyways, men eat it from the back. Okay. There's not really a stigma there that you have to fight against. Like, truly, like, not anymore. Like, I feel like now it's a much more common thing. However, I will say it's not that common of a thing still. Like, I've had women tell me that like I was the first person to like do it, and I'm like, really? Like, cause I'm like, bro, these are like grown women. You're telling me bro wasn't even like you've been in a relationship with someone, you haven't even like tried it out. Like, what? But when I tell you, it truly changes everything. Okay, you become a revered figure when you start doing it. It's like if you know, you know. Okay, but if you do know, you know that the obsession level increases exponentially. Okay, if you toss that behind area. Back to women doing it though. And something I want to say about eating it in general. This is something because I was talking to ChatGPT about this, and ChatGPT told me that if you call yourself a freak and you don't want to eat some behind, it's like saying you're a chef but you're afraid of garlic. And that has stuck with me like ever since me and ChatGPT had that conversation. You got to start eating it, okay? You got to lock in, and you got to lock in and get it eaten. You know what I mean? So, no matter whom you are. But here's what I'll say, okay? Being a man and getting it eaten by a woman, it levels the playing field, okay, on a cerebral level. Like we've all seen those posts. Actually, I'm not gonna say we've all. Let me stop generalizing. But I've seen posts where women are like, "Oh, like you can block me, but you can't uneat my behind." Now, if someone were to say that, the man would be able to fire back with, "You can't uneat mine." And I feel like getting your behind ate is like still hit though. If still hit though actually worked. Like I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm very against the he still hit though comeback. You know, like a man's being criticized, like, oh, you know, he was gross, he was smelly, I hate him, da 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 da, and then still hit though. I never believed in that. I'm gonna tell you why, just in a little shorthand. You saying still hit though implies that you sleeping with her did better for you than it did for her, which I don't know, it might be the case. Okay. And if it is the case, you got to lock in. But the point is, saying that's the case is a self-own. If I get into it with someone I used to talk to, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, I should not have let you hit. You know what I mean? And someone asked me recently about sleeping with people that you don't like. And it's like, yeah, I get it to an extent. But if you really don't like someone, it gets to the point where it's like, I don't want to bless you with my meat. You know what I'm saying? You guys know I'm very big on, bop freedom. You know, if you want to sleep with someone, sleep with someone. However, if it's someone that you genuinely dislike, I feel like that's an instance where you should protect your body. Because I've been in positions where even just after the fact, like obviously like not during, but like, afterwards I get into it with someone and I'm like, man, I can't believe like I really let them hit. I can't believe I gave them, man, I want to say things that sound really inappropriate, but the problem is this is an inappropriate video concept, so I feel like I have to be like double careful. You know what I mean? It's like I can't believe I gave you the shaft, and this is how I get rewarded, this behavior. You know what I mean? But if I'm like, ha ha ha, tee I got to sleep with you, then that's putting them in that position where it's like, oh wow, like I somehow win because I got to sleep with you, as if that's like somehow special for me. Which again, it shouldn't be, because and I say this all the time. I feel like the fact that men are, let's just say, easier to please in the bedroom on average kind of creates a false notion that certain people are better than they are actually in the bedroom. I feel like you could take any woman, right? And then be like, just say whatever, she consents to this, right? And the man in the room consents to it too. And you put a man in the room and then you're like, okay, woman, walk into this room. You don't know this man. You can't talk to this man. Make him finish. I feel like every woman would be 100% confident that they could do that. But make it the other way around, I don't think men would be as confident, because I feel like obviously to make a woman finish, it takes more communication. It takes more like understanding of her body, which again takes communication. So it's like, since there's that disparity and since it's that easy, a lot of times women feel like they got the best cat around, when in reality, for some men, just any cat would do the trick. You know what I mean? So it's like the scale between being good in the bedroom as a man and being good in the bedroom as a woman are completely different, right? So when you use bedroom athletics as a form of currency and give the nod to a particular gender, you're most likely going to be selling yourself short. That's another thing that I've always stood on, using bedroom athletics as a form of currency. Like, that's why I never understand, like, when a couple will be married and then like say like the wife will be like, oh well, I'm not going to sleep with you because I'm mad at you over this thing. Like, that should never be a thing. Like, when I tell you, in any sort of extended situation I've been in, that has never been an apt punishment ever, because this person wants to sleep with me as much as I want to sleep with them. It's a mutually enjoyed activity where we're both, hopefully in an ideal world, getting just as much out of it as the other is. If I was ever in a situation with a woman where she was like mad at me for some reason, she was like, oh well, you're not getting lucky tonight, and she genuinely meant it, I would have no choice but to leave that situation. Because I'm like, if that's how you view what we do as something like you doing me a favor, it's never gonna work. And that's how most relationships are, because like patriarchy, like, long story short, like that's how they're set up to be. Like traditionally, if you look at it, like bedroom athletics, like sleeping together, it was never designed for women to enjoy. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of adult videos are very like male focused. Okay, it's like, oh, what are men attracted to? Like, if we're taking like since like the dawn of time, like it's much more recently where people are like, wait a minute, we should definitely please the woman too. It's like, now that we're in a much more modern society, if she's seen as like, okay, like if she's seen it as, okay, I'm doing him a favor by sleeping with him, it's always going to lead to problems. The thing that's crazy about it is women like sleeping with men. You know what I mean? Like like women get aroused, so to speak. Again, I'm trying to use appropriate words. Obviously, a lot of men go in there, lay an egg, do a bad job. But when it's good, women enjoy that just as much, if not more, than men do. So it's like, you should be at a point where, I mean, again, like hopefully you're doing a good enough job where they can't see that as like, oh, like you're doing them a favor or they're doing you a favor. Like, they should not view you two sleeping together as the same as like them giving you slobby. Okay, and that leads back to like the topic that I'm talking about. Mind you, there are plenty of people that give mouth for their own pleasure, right? And that is very much a thing. However, tangibly, there's not like stimulation for that person there. So personally, I feel like, oh, well, you slopped me up is much more of a statement than still hit, though. I'm not saying that that statement should be made, but it's like if you're gonna make a statement like that, that should be the one. And then now we're wrapping it back. Imagine the statement was, you ate it from the back, though. Again, it's a complete equalizer no matter what happens. Like, I want to tell you, bro, if they eat it from the back, it's like y'all can't get into like some big blowout fight after that if things don't work out. If you're honest about it, okay? Now, if you come to a woman and you're like, oh, this is some secret thing that I want to do, bro, you're cooked. Because it's like, yes, she did that. And I forgot, there was some like comedian, he made a joke where he was like, women, like when they get into it, like they don't care if they embarrass themselves. Like as long as they embarrass you, they're good. Which I don't know if it's a woman exclusive thing, but like this is definitely like, it's just what I'm talking about right now, right? You're coming to them like it's some secretive thing. It's not like, oh yay, like they ate it from the back. Now it's like, oh no, they have something over me if something were to go down. And you see it all the time, bro. You see it like, oh man, I put a finger in. Oh, he wanted me to eat him from the back, da 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 da. And it's like, yeah, she did that stuff. But the reason she can say that and it's a thing is because she knows the man will be quote unquote embarrassed about it. Okay, so if you're very open about the fact that that's what you're into, and again, I hate to make, I love to make myself the blueprint of what every man should be. It's like me, for instance. Okay, I wish a woman would come out and be like, oh, Bryce likes it eating from the back. Yes. Let them know, okay? Spread the word. I remember when I was way younger, before people really knew I was with the shits, I was talking to this girl and then like things went south between us. And she was like, oh, like I'm gonna tell everyone that you like it in the back door, da da da. That means you're gay, da 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 da. And I'm like, does it mean that? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you gotta shrug some things off, especially the gay allegations, because what people don't understand when there are men who get gay allegations and they start freaking out over it, is it doesn't matter whatsoever. Like there are women who will think you're gay and still sleep with you. Like if that's what you're trying to do, there are women who will think you gay and still get into a relationship with you. Like it's not a deterrent. Like the only thing they're gonna do is like insult you. Maybe, like the homophobic ones are going to insult you. Like, look, a lot of people would consider me to be gay presenting, right? However, I've never been rejected off the back of it. Like if I'm in the DMs, if I'm talking to someone, there's never been a moment where it's like, I don't know, like I think you're gay. Like it's like afterwards it'll be like, I thought you were gay. You have to understand it's not even a hurdle, right? Because if you're making a move on someone and they're into you, they're gonna accept the move. Like some dudes really think their life is over if they get like a gay allegation, and it's like, bruh, like not in the slightest, okay? And I know there's a lot of women since where it's like, if I were to be shameful about getting it eaten from the back, and the stuff that I partake in the bedroom, that could be the first thing that someone would want to spread, like, oh, well, he does it, he does. Actually, no, someone did. Like, I remember this girl hit it from the back, and then when we stopped talking, like, it was on bad terms. She told everybody. Like, she told, like, everyone she knew, and, like, people had their opinions on it, whatever. But then I spun back, and she told me. And she told me, like, it was going to be a thing. Like, I was going to be like, why would you say that? But it's like, I'm like, dude, you realize even the internet knows. Like, I made videos about it. Like, something I need all of you to understand is if you have no shame in your game, people can't place shame in your game. Like when people come for me wearing earrings or whatever, imagine I was like, guys, well, I like them and that's what matters. Like leave me alone. Like they're just in, like whatever, man. It was that, you know what I mean? Like if I'm stumbling over it, but it's like people say stuff about my earrings and I'm like, Brett, you understand? Like I put them in. Like I know they're here. Like, I think the idea of the comment is more notable than the comment itself. Like I think it's funny that someone would be like, bro, you're wearing hoops. Because it's like, yes, like I know. You know what I mean? Same thing like when I'm like going through, I don't know, some sort of scandal, someone's mad at me and then they like do like either a screenshot of a thumbnail of one of my YouTube videos or like a clip of me talking, like saying something. It's always something that they feel like is gay, and I'm like, okay, like you understand, like I posted that with my content. Like this isn't like a close friend story that got, screenshot and passed around. Like this is something like I said out loud to the public. It's so funny because it's like when it comes to things that I've posted, you're not going to catch me lacking because I posted it. You know what I mean? So it's like something I'm prepared to stand on. And obviously I'm not saying you got to go around posting what you do, but I'm like, if you're prepared to stand on something that someone would try to expose you for, then you have nothing to fear. And I'm gonna tell you this is a horrible example. Obviously don't do what this person did, but this is just me talking about how it works. Nine Vicious, he got exposed for like talking to a minor when he was 19. It was 16 and 19 or something. And basically he literally put in a song. He's like, yo, I know I messed up, but I think I'm just saying, he said he was horny. He was like, man, I messed up. I was horny. And he just moved on. Literally, he's like, bro, they're trying to take me down. And he just moved on. And yes, that made a lot of people mad. But when I tell you, like that, it just didn't. For some people, that could have ended their careers. Like if you look at someone like Lifeless Garments, bro, career like cooked. And the thing is, I love Lifeless Garments music, but like cooked for like the allegations he got. Autumn even cooked, okay. But the fact that Nine Vicious owned it, now mind you, again, it is not at all something that anybody should be doing. Like that is legitimately horrible. But my point is, since he's saying, well, yeah, I did it, people aren't going to care. Because the thing is, people are conditioned to care about things that other people care about. It's the same thing, and this is a much better example. When someone calls me a narcissist, right? Like on all sorts of social media, people are like, oh man, he's a narcissist, da da da, he's gay, like stuff like that. If I don't care what they're saying, like if I'm like, oh, I might be a narcissist, where do they go from there? And bro, like when I see like dudes like make jokes about like themselves having small meat, I'm like, bro, like it's the most powerful thing to me. Like when I see that, so I'm like, bro is really like letting everyone know, right? Like this is something that he could be shamed for. Like if someone was like, hey man, you have small meat, and he's like, oh man, like get off my back. Like that's something that could really negatively affect him. But it's like if you're getting out of here being like, hey, I'm this, I'm that, what are people going to do? It's actually an undefeated method. And again, it can be used in very dark ways, like by excusing like dark things. If they're like, oh yeah, I did this, like again, like with the whole Nine Vicious thing, like you can truthfully, if you like, obviously if it's, unless you're being persecuted by the law, but if you simply just don't give a fuck about something, bro, like people have no choice but to let it go. Like yeah, like people are gonna bring it up. Like again, people still bring up. They're like, oh, BRS, narcissist, gay, da 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 da. But it just doesn't do anything. Like it's like they hit me with it, slides right off. However, if like I get those comments and I start arguing with niggas about it, and I'm like, oh well, no, this da da da. Actually, definition of a narcissist. Oh, definition of this da 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 da. That's when I can lose. Okay, and I remember I was on this little TikTok beef like a long time ago, and it was when I made a video about being hit from the back, right? And I made a video about this dude, and then he in his video he put the video of me saying that like I got hit from the back, and he's like, what? He's like, that's what you're up with? He's like, that's what you're up to? And it's like, and I remember I made a response video. I'm like, you understand, like I posted that on my own accord. Like literally, I just said what I just like told you guys a little bit ago. Everyone's response was like, man, like you can't do anything to bro. You know what I mean? Like it's funny because the thing is, I'm not gonna second this statement, but it's like I've seen people like say that like I'm uninsultable just because like everything just like rolls off, which I'm glad I give off that vibe to some people. And another thing, I've never said that I was bisexual. Ever. I've also never said that I'm not bisexual. I've never said my orientation in general, like on any sort of application. But it's like I'm so open about what I am and what I partake in. It just works. You know what I mean? Like like people will give me like the DL comments all the time, like, oh, he's DL. And then like someone will comment, they're like, well, he's actually openly bisexual. And it cracks me up because I'm like, bro, I never said that. But it's like since I'm such an open person and like these like I'm not gonna let the oh you're DL, oh you're gay statements like get me up in arms about it. Like they never work. Like you know what I mean? Like nothing happens. So it's like, bro, if you're getting it eaten from the back, get it eaten from the back. You know what I mean? And if someone tries to publicize it, be like, hey man, yeah, like retweet it, but like retweet it in like IRL. If that's not what you want, to be honest, I lose a tinge of respect for you. I lose a tinge of respect because again, these are not the only ways in which getting it eaten from the back can help you. If you get it eaten from the back even one time, it changes the approach to all relationships you are being, even if they don't do it. What I mean by this is the way that the women you date following will act around you. It's interesting. Okay, let me explain. There's no word that I can use to describe it in just like one sitting. And here's the thing. Okay, you don't have to actually even do anything. You just sit back and it all plays out on its own. Because I'll tell you this right now. I don't know about you, but any extended situation that I've been in with a woman, at some point, the topic of have you gotten your behind ate has come up in conversation. Okay, now there are multiple ways that this can happen. Oh, well, what are you into? Okay, like what kind of things are you into in the bedroom? Second, it can just come up somewhere else and they're like, oh, well, have you ever done that? Would you ever do that? And then, yeah, I love the would you ever do that? And then it's like, oh, I have. And I'll tell you what this does. Okay, this applies pressure in a non-sleazy way. Okay, like this is not like any form of coercion. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. This probably goes for both genders. Okay, I'm just a real eater, so I don't know. I don't know how to. No, I do know actually. Okay, I hate feet. Right? I hate feet from the bottom of my heart. I hate looking at them. I hate. They're so nasty to me. Okay, I don't understand feet, guys. Right? However, if a woman tells me that like she likes getting her feet licked, for instance, it does something within me because I want to be a pleaser. Okay. Like I want to be the best. I'm a very much a strive for greatness type guy when it comes to things involving that sort of stuff. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I don't want this person to feel like they're missing parts of the pie. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them to be like, okay, yeah, this is good, but something's missing because of this thing that they had previously or something that they just want that like they don't have access to. So when I hear from women that they want stuff to happen to their feet, it puts me in a place. I'm like, okay, I either got to go extra hard in other aspects of it, or I'm gonna have to budge and do the feet stuff. So now flip it around. Okay, you're talking to a young lady, and she finds out that you've gotten it eaten from the back, or that you or something that you're interested in is getting it eaten from the back. She is going to feel a bit, or I'm just gonna talk about my experience. In my experience, they feel a bit insecure about that. Like if that's not something they do, oftentimes they feel like they'll never actually stack up. Okay, and it'll come out in a bunch of ways. I've had women tell me, "Oh my gosh, I'm so scared that you're gonna leave me because I don't do that kind of thing." And mind you, no. Like I do think it's detrimental to a relationship if it doesn't happen. But no, I don't think it's breakup worthy. Like, I'm not even tripping about it. But the thing is, in their mind, I am tripping about it. You know what I mean? And in their mind, like if I don't get that one thing, it's gonna feel like something's missing to me. That's what's going on in their head. So it gives you a lot of control over the situation in a way that's not sinister. I know this isn't the most healthy thing, but when you're in a situation with someone on a level, you want them to be afraid of you leaving them, right? That you want that to be a fear in their head. Now, mind you, you don't always want to manifest this fear, like be like, oh, well, I don't know, I might leave. Like you don't want to be that guy or girl. But if there's a way where they're just constantly restless, like they'll never be completely assured, that works out great for you, in all honesty. Because again, in that situation, I can tell that woman, like, yo, like, I wouldn't leave you because you're not going to eat it from the back. And it would be true. Like, that would be a true statement. But it's never going to hit. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's never going to believe that. And yeah, this is the kind of like, it sounds so sinister, right? Like, it sounds like, oh, like, now they're going to be afraid, like, da 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 da. But it's like, there's literally nothing you can do if you're being completely honest. Because I was completely honest. I was like, look, I like getting it eaten from the back. The fact that you don't do it, not a problem. Not going to leave you because of that. But the insecurity is still there, and you can't undo someone else's insecurity. But if the insecurity is there, sometimes that does work in your favor. Because again, if they're worried about like not pleasing you, bro, they're going to be trying their hardest every time. That's how you benefit. Because now, again, we're in a position where I kind of mentioned earlier, but this is an uneven exchange from their perception. Again, in their mind, it's like, this thing that this person likes, I'm not into it. What do I do? Like, you know what I mean? They feel like they have to overcompensate because they feel like now that they're getting more out of it than you. You just win at the end of the day. Like, that is a crisp victory. Now, mind you, if this person isn't locked in with you, it could cost you because some people genuinely will leave their situation out of fear. I remember this girl I was friends with, and she was talking about bi men, and she was basically saying she wouldn't date a bi man because she would be afraid that, like, with her, they would feel like something was missing because she doesn't have a penis. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you understand, like, men don't have vaginas, so it would be the same problem, like no matter who they're dating, because people don't understand how bisexuality works. But I'm saying, like, perceivably, if that would be a problem, then it would also be a problem the other way around, unless that person is just gay, and not bisexual. So it's a really interesting thing to see play out, and but the thing is, there's no downside to having it eaten. Here's the thing: I have this theory, right? And I don't think it's a theory, I think it's a fact. But I feel like the dirtier you get in the bedroom, the freakier you get, the better the relationship is. Okay, you build bonds. Like, when people talk about people being bonded through trauma, like, obviously bedroom athletics, like consensual bedroom athletics, isn't trauma, but I feel like it's an extreme situation. I feel like it's being bonded by extreme situations. Like, sometimes I feel like you're with your partner and you look at them and you're like, man, they really did that to me. Like, it increases in understanding. That's why it's so important for relationships, even outside of relationships. Because I'm not oh, you should only be sleeping with someone if you're in a relationship with them type guy. Bro, if you have someone where they're like a casual hookup, the bond that you create over sleeping with them can be amazing. Like, almost any casual hookup that I've ever had in my entire life, they have positively impacted my life. You know what I mean? So, someone where it's like, I would see them in the street if I was single and like give them like just a platonic hug. You know what I mean? And the reason I say is if I was single, because I feel like if I gave someone I used to sleep with a platonic hug, my girl still wouldn't rock with that. You know what I mean? It's important, okay? So especially if you're in a relationship, you gotta get freaky. You gotta get real nasty. Again, the reason this video is titled Why Women Should Always Do It is because I'm at a point in my life where I refuse to speak to men who don't do that sort of thing. You know what I mean? If you're a man in 2025 and you are not eating that cake up, again, you're lost, but also I don't know if there's any hope for you. I legitimately cannot think of a tangible reason why not, especially if you're in a relationship. Like if she, like, bro, if she's not wiping good enough, break up with her. You know what I mean? And find someone who does. There are just some freaky things in relationships that I feel like you need to be doing. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the freakiness, like I said, enhances a relationship. Okay, it makes it so much better. You're so much closer as human beings. But also, I feel like eating it very positively impacts the woman eating. Okay, I know I've been talking about a lot of the benefits of being the male in that situation, but I feel like the woman definitely benefits. There's something about men who are always the plug, never the outlet. That there's a lack of understanding there. Like they don't really know what's going on sometimes. You know, like you don't, until you've seen both sides of the bridge, you're truly not going to understand what's going on. I'm saying all this to say, if you're out here, you're doing all the licking, but you're not getting licked, how much empathy can you truly have for the lickee? Like getting eaten from the back, it increases your respect level for the eater. It's like say someone eats me from the back, bro, I can look them in the eye and be like, yeah, you ate it from the back, but then they also look me in the eye and they're like, yeah, I did that, you got it eaten. You know, and I feel like that really, it really benefits. Like I said, it benefits the woman in that case. Like it makes the relationship better. So really, it's better for both of you. But I'm saying in that case specifically, now we're seeing eye to eye on a new level. I feel like it's very important to balance that giving and receiving energy. That's why I believe in reciprocal sloppy. Like I said earlier, the concept of getting sloppy and not giving it back, horrible. Y'all, I'm a big reciprocal guy in every aspect of relationships. When I talk about it, people think I'm just talking about paying for dates. No, no. There's so much more to it. A lot of people very much undervalue how good a relationship can be when it feels like you're both on a level playing field, as much as possible. It's like not only should you eat it to see the beast that's unleashed, but you should also get it eaten to become the unleashed beast. It's kind of random, but this reminded me, there's this one girl, I remember she was like trying to do it, but she kept like missing. Like it was very weird. I'm like, how are you missing? Now, mind you, this was one where we didn't even talk about it beforehand. Like she just did it. It's like she was went for it. So it was like by her own accord, but it's like she would skirt past it and then like really like focus in on an area. I'm like, bro, like that's not where it is, right? Like she would be there for a second and then boom, like it would go away. I'm like, bro, like what's going on down there? Anyways, I just had to get that out because I was thinking about it. But anyways, you see my point. You need to get it eaten. You need to eat it. It's like a lot of you have no idea what you're missing, and that truly breaks my heart. But yeah, that's the vast majority of the video. Let me think. State of affairs. What do I want to talk about right now? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna record another video right now. I'm so amped. I'm in the mood. And finally, for the first time in forever, I'm gonna have have a video out on time. And bro, I hope y'all don't hate these shorter videos. I know when I say shorter, this video is probably like 30 minutes. But you know what I mean? Like every once in a while when I drop a shorter video, I know like people kind of like troll sometimes. But someone's like, what? This is only 30 minutes? Whack. But it's like, man, like sometimes I get to the point. Like I can't give you an hour every time. You know what I mean? Like some topics don't unleash that much out of me. But yeah, I've been trying to get, especially when I want to get more videos done, right? Because it's like, bro, after recording something that's like over an hour, dude, I get so tired. But it's like now it's like I have time to record something else. Like I have more to say about different things. So it's like I can batch record a bunch of different stuff. Ooh, I'm gonna drink a sugar-free Red Bull right now. Anyways, I can make more videos about more stuff, start working on some stuff I told you guys about, and also when I have more in the backlog, that's when I can actually pursue getting an editor. Like truly, I want to get to the point where I have like at least like 10 videos ready at a time. Like maybe some of them were recorded weeks ago, but like I got them up there. You know what I mean? But yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, bro. On TikTok, bro, I've been recording so many TikToks lately, just in advance. Like I got like at least 3 days out. But then remember, I post 9 times a day. So I got like 27, but some accounts I got like a little bit more on. So man, like over 27, it just feels good, because I can put more focus here. And then once I get more focus here, I can, you know what I mean? I love accomplishing things. So I'm feeling very good. But but content wise here, I think there might be a stretch of shorter videos. Because again, I do want to batch record, but when I say shorter, I mean like 20 minutes and over. That's what I'm shooting for. You know what I mean? But again, if I don't have enough to say, I don't have enough to say. But yeah, I feel like doing that will give me more time to facilitate an environment in which I can record the ones that are over an hour. You know what I mean? Like I said, as much as I would love to give you an hour a day, it simply wouldn't be realistic. It's like, I hope you still rock with these, like even if they're not like the longest video ever, But anyways, okay, so I have a video planned for after this. I have an idea of what I'm going to record. And then I'm going to record, someone keeps commenting about JPEG Mafia. I'm going to make that JPEG Mafia video. I think it's going to be tonight. that's what I'm thinking. That's what's in my mind. It's on the horizon because I wanna get back into making some more videos about music as well. Because like, I still wanna make it clear that my content's diverse, even though obviously it is. Like yesterday, I was talking about 100 men versus gorillas, and now I'm talking about something completely different. What's funny? I looked at my fist just now, like because I went like this. Something was in my hand, and obviously I'm gonna tell you what it is. My girl, she left her vibe here. If you get what I'm saying. So I just had it in my hands, like I was just like finagling with it. But then like I went like this. I was like, please tell me it's not on camera. Anyways, yeah. As much as I hate telling you guys about videos I'm doing in advance because sometimes things just happen. And I end up delaying. What's funny is sometimes I'll be like, okay, I'm doing this video for tomorrow. I won't say anything, and the video will happen tomorrow. But it feels like anytime I'm like, okay, this video is happening tomorrow, ends up getting delayed. But I just have to because I've been saying it for so long. Like that video is coming. I don't know about tomorrow because again, I'm planning on recording a different video right now, but it's coming. And that one should be a longer one. I think that one would be closer to an hour. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna get this stuff done. Again, I hope you don't mind about me yapping about recording. But again, it's like I love doing this so much that I love talking about it. Like, bro, I was talking to my mom about it for like 2 hours yesterday, just because I truly do love it, man. But also, I love the kind of creator I am. I love that I'm very self-aware, non-scripted, very conversational. Like I'm putting out content. You know it. I know it. It's my job. You know it. I know it. I'm being very transparent with that. Very transparent with like, man, like I have this idea, but I don't know if it's all the way there. Even though like I tweeted earlier, I was like, man, like I didn't know what I was gonna call this video. Like there would be no point of me doing like any sort of like behind the scenes type content because you are behind the scenes. Like you're here with me. You know what I mean? Like and I don't know if I'm just glazing myself right now, but but okay, I will say the reason I like the kind of creator I am is because I like you guys. You know what I mean? So anyways, I love the kind of creator I am. Yeah. Now back to glazing me, because like I don't know, like I'll watch other people's videos and like I'll see them. They're like, oh yeah, people in the comments talking about da 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 da. When I'm talking about people in the comments, I show you the comments. I'll be like, hey, yo, shout out, bro. He said this in the comment. I'm taking you along. I don't have some mission statement on like, oh, okay, this account is to educate people and da 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 da. It's literally just me talking on a daily basis. Like that's what it is. Now, obviously, there are some topics that you're going to care about, some topics that you might not care about, but hopefully you enjoy the video regardless. And you know what my favorite comments are? And I feel like people don't even like realize it. Like when people are like, oh, someone commented, I'm gonna show you. Actually, I'm so mad I can't find it. It was from a while ago, but basically someone said this video makes like going on the treadmill or whatever go by so much faster. And I'm like, yeah. Or like when people are like, man, like I love going to sleep to these videos, or I love eating to these videos. Because personally, that's how I watch YouTube. You know what I mean? Like I don't usually watch YouTubers for like what they're saying. Like I watch them to like have some noise. Now granted, sometimes like I get really interested. I like what they have to say. I like the creator even. But oftentimes it's to have them around while I'm doing something else. You know what I mean? So I really like that, like I'm providing what I like to consume for other people. Mind you, don't get it twisted. I love that there are people who are really locked in, who are hinged on like when people say, bro, someone said that they watch me on their TV. I'm like, bro, what? Like I can't even imagine that, but it's like I appreciate it so much. You know what I mean? And having, those kinds of people watching will help me grow in other ways. And I just, it's like I love having this community out. Bro, like when I tell you, I'm so glad I started posting on YouTube, bro. Because again, like, bro, Twitter, TikTok, bro, it can be so toxic. And it's just like, ugh. But like here, yeah, good calm, good community. Also, something I'm thinking about, bro, they remastered Elder Scrolls Oblivion. I'm thinking, no guarantees, but I'm thinking I could play that on stream. That might be the first thing I do. And I know some of you hate when I talk about my indecisiveness over what I'm going to do on stream, but it's like I like that idea. It's like a game that like I'm genuinely interested in, and I don't already know the entire story of, but like I like Elder Scrolls. I'm an Elder Scrolls guy, and it's such an open game, so it's like I could also like yap. You know what I mean? Like it's not something I got to be like completely zeroed in on the entire time. So yeah, I'm thinking about that, but obviously like I've been saying, I have to get very much ahead of what I'm doing on other platforms in order to do that. But again, I love it. I love the work. I love the grind. Like y'all don't understand. Like, I used to never understand when people would say that you had to love the grind. You know what I mean? To like succeed at something. It's like I'd be doing other things and I'd be like, bro, like even like football, for instance, I'd be like, bro, practice sucks. Like I loved football, but I was like, bro, I hate this. Mind you, I would do it, but I would more so do it like despite hating it. The only thing I really liked was running. I loved running. It's like I'd be lifting in the weight room, staying after lifting more. I'd be like, bro, this sucks. Like I hate this so much. But it's like now that I'm doing this, bro, I love recording. I love getting ahead on videos. I love like interacting in my like I love every part of what I'm doing. And it's like I actively want to introduce more to my workload. You know what I mean? Like cuz like sometimes it's like you have a high workload or something and you're like, like yeah, like I'm doing this to get to this, but like man, this workload. But it's like I love having a higher workload. I love sitting here recording. I love sitting there because I record my TikToks on my bed. But I'm like, this is like shit that I love to get done, bro. And bro, it feels so good. Because when I tell you, it was legitimately so tough. So tough when I realized that things weren't working out with football. And I mean, that, to be honest, that's when practice started sucking. Like, I used to be very much like okay with practice, but when it was like me getting my behind beat every day, oh, it sucked. But it was so hard once I realized things weren't working out with football, and especially after I got like, kicked off team or whatever, what I was gonna do, like what my thing was gonna be. You know what I mean? Because you're living life, you're looking for your passion. Like, what do you want to do? Like, I was completely lost. Like I tried to lock in on like different things. Like even like, bro, I changed my major so many times. There was only one class I could ever wake up for, and I was so like interested in, and it was my film class. I love brainstorming ideas, talking about things. Ooh, how are we gonna go about this? How are we gonna go about that? Entertaining. You know what I mean? Like I really genuinely rocked with it. Like that was the only class that like I genuinely liked going to. And it's like even like it can even be, bro, like okay, I guess I'm gonna get a little bit motivational at the end. When you're trying to find your thing, sometimes you don't feel the full extent of it until you dive all the way in. When I first started TikToks and like things started going well, yeah, like I did it every day and it was fine. And like there were times where I'm like, oh yeah, like this is so dope. It was great, but at the same time, it felt like something was kind of missing. You know what I mean? Because I had a main TikTok account. I would post on there 3 times a day. But then I'm just be like, I want more. Like, I'm looking through my comment sections, like commenting back. And I'm like, bro, like I want to do like more than this stuff. And it's crazy like how like things didn't click to me till later, because then when I started posting on my second, because originally I posted on my second account because I was like, hey, I can just get more money like this. But then once I started making 6 videos a day at that point, I was like, wait a minute, this is like becoming like so much fun, like so much fun, like again. So then I made a third account. Okay, so and bro, growing that third account was so fun. And then bro, YouTube, like the way bro, like you can really just fall into things, bro. Like this goes to show you, like I'm cracking up because I know what this video is going to be titled, and it's like now I'm going into like this rant about this, but it's like, bro, I started like I had a YouTube because I was like, okay, yeah, like obviously like expand the empire or whatever. But I remember it was a slow build. I remember the first day I was recording for YouTube, I think I recorded like 6 videos in one day. Right. And I was like, okay, I don't know how many I can make. So I'm just going to do like one a week. And I did one a week, and it was fine or whatever. But then I got into that situation last summer with those 2 young ladies. They started trying to it was just real stressful. So I kind of had to stop recording. So I kind of, forgot about it. It was always in my mind. I was like, man, I definitely should. Just because I know I'm like, I shouldn't only be a TikTok person, right? Like, it's just not a good idea to be one dimensional, especially when it comes to social media. Especially, obviously, that's when talks were like, oh my gosh, it's going to get taken down like next year, da da da. Even though they said that every year and no one believed it. It's just like, in the back of my mind. And then again, it was more of like it was a point where I was like posting maybe like one like a month or one every 2 weeks. Like I still wasn't like consistent with it. But then it was January when people were really locking in, and then they're like, oh my gosh, like TikTok is seriously gonna be gone on like I think it was like the 16th or 17th or something. And I was like, whoa, I need to build up this platform expeditiously if I have any chance of like of like not having to do things that I don't want to do with my life. But then as I was recording every day, I was like, this is so fun. Like as I kept recording, I was like, bro, like I really enjoy this. And then of course, like I saw the fruits of my labor. Like my account was growing very fast. I was like, this is amazing. And then at that time, I still had problems with my TikTok accounts. I kept getting like originality violations, which long story short, again, like I was very afraid. Like if you get too many originality violations, you get kicked out of the program to make your money. So I couldn't really post on TikTok like that. Now it's like recently I discovered what the problem was with that. So I don't have to worry about originality violations anymore. So now again, posting 9 times a day on TikTok, posting once a day on here, it feels so good to get like when I tell you, even though obviously I need to start getting more ahead of myself, which now I have been, which feels great. But it's like waking up in the morning, busting out 9 TikToks and then busting out a YouTube video feels amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Because it just feels right. Because I love doing it, because I threw myself into it entirely. But it's like I wouldn't have realized exactly how much, because again, I always enjoyed it, but I wouldn't have realized exactly how much I was going to enjoy the work if I didn't put the work upon myself. If I just kept doing what I was doing before, like, 3 times a day on TikTok, I'd be like, okay, like this is a fun thing I'm doing, but I still probably would have felt like something was missing. And I would have been looking for something. You know what I mean? But like what I'm trying to tell you right now is I feel like, and again, this is just, I don't know if I've ever heard somebody say this, right? Like obviously people are like, oh, work hard, like throw yourself into whatever it is you want to do. But like, I feel like the thing is, even if something just like kind of like clicks for you and it works and you're like, you know what, I like this, see if you can throw yourself into it even more than you think you can. Because if you would have told me last year that I'd be making 9 TikToks a day and then like a YouTube video, which could range from anywhere between most of the time like 20 minutes and an hour a day. Like if you told me I was gonna do that every day, I'd be like, are you crazy? It's like now that I'm doing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, of course I can do that. And it's like now I'm at the point where it's like I still want to do more. You know, like again, like I want to start streaming, like I want to start doing more like with my content creation. Like yes, it's my job, but at the same time, it's not for the money. It's because I like what I'm doing. I like having this microphone in my face and talking, you know. I like going through comments, seeing what you guys have to say about what topic is at hand. Like for instance, I'm gonna try to give an example of something else. Like I have a friend, he's really into like making music, right? And he'll maybe make like he'll work on a song for a long time, but like he'll work on like one song for like let's just say like a week, right? Like something I would say to him is like maybe like see if you can work on like 5 songs in a day, you know, and see how that makes you feel. Obviously, you don't want to completely like sandbag it and give bad quality in favor of quantity, but I mean like just working on that, you know what I mean? Or like you have some sort of special project you're working on, some sort of interest, and like you spend I don't know like an hour a day on it, you know, or say like an hour just every once in a while. Maybe crack that up to like multiple hours. Maybe do 3 or 4 hours on that, you know, and you might be tired. You might be tired the next, like literally, like I did not sleep a lot. Like there was one day where I barely got any sleep, you know, but normally I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a sleep person. I need to sleep. If I'm tired, I can't work. But it's like when I woke up, I went to bed at like, I think like 5 and I woke up at 8. And I was trying to go back to sleep, right? Because I was like, oh, I need my sleep. But then I couldn't sleep because I was like, okay, I got to get this stuff done regardless. So then I got the stuff done. And by the time I got stuff done, I wasn't even tired anymore. And I felt so accomplished because I got it done. Like if you're really into something and you're pursuing it, and like you feel like, and again, you feel like this is something you like, this is something you enjoy. You're like, okay, this is a thing I could definitely do. Throw yourself into it, not just from the lens of like that's how you find success in doing it, but like I feel like you'll feel better. Like I feel good doing this. Like I literally made a video a few days ago. I was like, how I've been feeling. I've been talking about feeling stuck, but like you know what? You know what was the solution to that stuck feeling? Me working like more. Me not being like, okay, I finished my videos for the day, and now I'm just gonna play Marvel Rivals for the rest, and then like eat, and then like start the same day over and over again. Like, no, I'm working. You know, and the way it dawned upon me is because I literally couldn't relax. Like that's how bad like things were for me. I was like, man, like what's going on? What's going on? But then like I was like, okay, instead of like trying to relax when I feel so restless, like let me just get this work done. It's like on top of that, now I'm like seeing like success, which obviously it's not like I'm seeing success purely from getting so much work done. Like it's just I'm seeing my videos blow up, you know, which happens. But it's like I'm seeing them go up and I'm like, okay, like I got to make more of these. You know what I mean? And so it's like there's just so much motivation for me to continue. Like there's the enjoyment, there's the success, there's the goals. And it's like there's a lot of I know there's a lot of people who don't understand this. You know what I mean? And not even in the sense where it's like, oh, like you're not like a hard worker, but it's like I feel like people don't understand that like the work will make you feel good. Like, I can be tired, but like I told you, I just had to drink a sugar-free Red Bull. But like I'm good though. Like I like it. And the thing is that, bro, I don't know how I got so cold in here. Like I know you're telling me mid-video put the blanket on, but it's so cold. Like usually it's so hot when I record. But it's like the hardest part is genuinely like starting. And it's like I know because I've been in that position, but it's like now just like looking back, I'm like, okay, the times where I felt like the best about things going on were the times where I was putting out the most output. You know what I mean? I was inputting more stuff. I know it's hard because there's so many people that like tell you like, hey man, work hard, you know, which it just seems like such a 2+2 thing. And it's like you can see like people say that and you can be motivated and be like, okay, yeah. But then something happens, you know, you're a little bit tired. You're like, okay, I'll do it when I wake up. Or you're like, okay, I'll do it starting tomorrow. I know how that's what I was. Like I very much felt lazy. Even if other people maybe wouldn't consider me lazy, I would like feel kind of like lazy in those moments. Cause again, like there'll be like hours in the day I'm laying in bed, even if I'm going through comments, you know what I mean? Like going through comments isn't like putting anything like out there that's like too much for me. I'm not really working when I'm going through comments most of the time. It's like, I'm laying in bed, I'm playing video games, which by the way, I will still play video games. Absolutely have fun. Don't get twisted. I'm not saying don't have fun, but I mean like I'm playing video games for too long. Like I'm taking 6-8 hours the day to play video games. Like, nah, it's like I'm sitting there doing that and I'm wondering why I feel stuck. And it's like, it's because I'm allowing myself to be in that position. Because the thing is, even if you're on a treadmill, you still feel like you're moving, you know what I mean? And you still get the benefits of moving. So it's like if you're in a position where you want to go from point A to point B and maybe you can't get to point B yet, I feel like walking on a treadmill, decent thing, because you still get the benefits from the move regardless. You know, next thing you know, maybe you're not on the treadmill anymore. Maybe you are outside. Maybe you're closer to point B than you actually think. It's just amazing. And you know, and the thing is, when you get more done it makes the relaxation feel so much better. You can feel like you can actually relax. Because one of my major problems was and is, like, when I still fall into these little cycles, is when I'm relaxing, I'm never relaxing. Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do that. But it's like when I do this and do that and do this and do that, it's it's like I'm relaxing. I'm like, oh, sweet, I did that. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, like this is something that I could end up doing later. You know what I mean? But it's not like, because again, like, very strict timeline. Like for me personally, like say I'm playing video games for 6 hours, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to wake up tomorrow and have to record all those videos. Why not just record them? You know what I mean? Especially when it's something that you claim that you love to do. You know what I mean? Because that's something like I really have to do when I'm in those moments. Like if I have to sit there and remind myself, like, bro, like you like doing this. Like yes, it's your job, but like you fuck with it heavy. Because I do fuck with it heavy. When I'm in the thick of it and I'm doing this, I'm having more fun than when I'm playing Marvel Rivals. You know, but it does expend more energy. You know, and I got to be okay with that. But again, the main moral of the story is you don't understand, or yeah, I'm not trying to like attack you because you might understand, but a lot of people don't understand that a lot of times the difference between, or just how much of a difference it can make, throwing yourself into whatever interest you have rather than just kind of like putting yourself there. Because it's like there's always going to be that voice in your head. Like there's a voice in my head where I'm like, I could stop recording this video and I could just go to sleep. I could just lay down. You know, I could play video games. But it's like I have to remember how good I know it's going to feel to record another video because I'm already thinking about the topic. But yeah, let me not talk your ear off, okay? Because I'm just so excited. I'm so pumped. But you know, I hope you enjoyed that little secondary yap session. But I'm just saying, like, find what you enjoy. And even if you enjoy it a little bit, throw yourself into it, you know? And if you throw yourself into it and you don't like it, then you don't like it and you can stop. But you know, like give yourself even give yourself a short period of time. Give yourself a week of just completely throwing yourself into it. You know, just a week of like, okay, I'm going to ignore the fact that like I might get a little tired. Maybe I'll get a little bored, which I don't know, like personally, I'm not bored right now. But just give yourself a chance to see if you can hit your stride. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I feel like if you don't hit your stride and it really feels wrong, then you're like, okay, then this isn't the thing. And then you can go on to trying to find what your thing is. And I hate to use this example because of who this person has become, but Kanye, for instance, 5 beats a day for 3 summers when he was a child. And it's like, he'll talk about that, or he has mentioned it in the sense where it's like, oh yeah, like that's a lot of work, which it is. You know, 5 beats a day for 3, like, bro, if you make music, bro, you know that probably is like something. Or there'd be some beat makers, or let's talk about, they make like 30 beats a day. I'm like, are you insane? But anyways, it's like, yes, that's hard work, but I'm sure they're enjoying every minute of it, and that's why they achieve such great success. I mean, I remember, bro, there was some interview with Yeet. I forgot the exact number, but it was crazy. He's like, yeah, bro, I got like 2,000 like songs, like just like total, but like obviously they're not all gonna release. It's like, bro, like you got to put that work in sometimes, and it's not even. I feel like the problem is people have painted. You got to put the work in to achieve the success, which, like, yes, of course. And they're like, you have to enjoy the work, which, like, yes, but they don't really emphasize the fact how the work can just genuinely become enjoyable. You know, I feel like people talk about it like you have to brainwash yourself into doing the work for the end goal. But sometimes the work in it of itself is just enough. You know, it's just like enough to satiate you, to keep you content while you're doing it. So I think you should give it a shot. Whatever interest you have, throw yourself in it. You know, completely and drench yourself in whatever it is that you want to do, because it feels great. Anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I said this before, but I hope you enjoyed a little secondary yap session. I hope you didn't think I was saying anything stupid or pointless or whatever. You know, I try to, since you guys motivate me, so not to be corny, but since you guys motivate me so much, I like to throw some motivation towards you whenever I'm feeling very, very motivational. Like, as much as like a hater and thriving off negativity person I do like to deliver a little bit of positivity when I can. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. That's why women should eat it from the back. Totally what this entire video was about. And like, comment, subscribe, everything I have to say. I'm so sorry, and I love you. Have a great day, night, evening, morning.